Hey everybody, Scout Crafty here again. Today we have a nice little restoration of a nice diamond auto wrench type, and it's for a fellow YouTube creator. And let's get to it. I think you're going to enjoy. Okay, for today's project, you know, people ask me a lot of times, they say, what is my favorite channel on YouTube? And you know, for a long time, I know this sounds crazy, but for a long time, my favorite channel has always been Engel's Coat Shop. And as crazy as it sounds, Dave, who runs the channel and the owner of the shop, is a wheelwright. If you don't know what a wheelwright is, that's somebody that makes, their specialty is making wagon wheels and coach wheels. It was an old-time profession, and what made it so, to me, so impressive is that a wheelwright is a jack of all trades, somebody that can do just about everything, and I'm just totally in awe and impressed with this guy's skills and talents. But Dave has no idea who I am, but what happened was he had a subscription. I guess he hit a certain point in his subscribers, and he had a giveaway. So of course, you know, I just put my name, you know, into the comments, and I won. Shockingly, I don't win hardly anything. And what it was Dave makes these wagons out of certain woods, you know, usually ash, elm, oak, things like that. Here's a nice piece of oak, and what he did was he said, I have some scraps, you know, he says, and I'm just going to send you a flat rate box full of scraps of this wood. So I was enamored to get such beautiful wood, you know, because out of this you could make all kinds of, you know, file handles and whatever you want to make, because, you know, I got the lathe and whatnot. So Dave sent this to me. Now, as a thank you for Dave's generosity and his venue, I wanted to send him a tool, you know. I wanted to send him something I could do. And I picked up this. This is a diamond. You could see here. It's a diamond tool. It's diamond tool and horseshoe, because they used to make, obviously, horseshoes. But this is a diamond. It's like an auto wrench, but it's a little different style. It's got this little area here that you can use as a hammer, and you can see it dips down by about 1/8 of an inch so that it doesn't strike this, it strikes this. And these were popular, you know, years ago. You don't see this type of style as much as the regular auto wrenches, but it's a newer wrench. It's not tremendously old, this wrench, but, you know, you could see the rust gets to it from being in areas that, but this is, you know, for us, it's an easy, not a difficult job. But I would like to maybe fix it up a little bit, clean it up, maybe add a little, you know, I don't know, maybe red. I never tried that before. Maybe a little color. So let's get to this, and I'd like to send this. So let's see what we can do with this. This is a fun little project. Okay, that was a lot of fun. Here we are at our post-wire brush evaluation. You could see how nicely this came out. However, whenever you have rust that we encountered that's deep enough to get under the finish, it leaves some, what that's called scarring, okay? Now, the only way you can get rid of that is to go under it. So that's what we have to do. But the reason we went to the soft brush on the lathe is because you see in here, this is a very difficult area to get, you know, otherwise, and that soft brush, the wires get in there and get all that rust out. So that's a really good thing to have. A soft brush, you know, trying to do it with a single brush is very difficult. You can also do it with a Dremel. Here you can see some more of that scarring. See here? Again, you know, that's a little thing. Now, when you evaluate the wrench after we're doing here, I just have to do inside here. You know, there's always a little bit of rust that gets in there. You see it? But I have these curved round wire brushes that I'll use for that. Let me show you. I bought these on Amazon a while ago. Here is the what it's labeled as and sold under, and you can see it has brass and steel. Now, a lot of guys use gun brushes, but gun brushes, you got to remember something. They're made so that they don't damage the barrel, and they use like a copper or brass, and it's a softer brass. And when you use a brass like that, these things, brass will bend over and stay bent over, and you know, it's not the ideal situation for cleaning a tool. What we want is we want a steel brush so that when we go in there, the steel isn't going to bend over and it's going to remove the rust without damaging the brush. So that's a little tip there. Okay, we're all done with the polishing and the cleaning up, and it just, look at how nice this is. You see how nice this smooth is, you know? Got all the rust and cleaned out the inside of here. Everything is polished and just, you see all these edges here? Look how close, you could see. There's no sharp edges. When I want this wrench, when he holds it, I want him to, oh my, I want it to melt into his hand. Just like I do with all the tools. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wipe it down with alcohol, and then do our little embellishment and be back for the reveal. Now you know my favorite part. Remember what the wrench looked like before we started. And we are calling this wrench done. Isn't this pretty wrench? I mean, look at that. I love it. And, you know, we did the little embellishment with the red and kept the letters. Just looks nice, doesn't it? It's and smooth. Okay, what I did when I reinstalled the pin is I put a little thread lock on the threads, not on the pin, on the threads, passed it through, and then just put a little bit of my 50-50. This time I used the 50-50 red grease with the Marvel Mystery Oil. And the reason I did that is because, you know, it's super smooth, as you can see. But Dave lives in Montana, and it's really really cold there. So I wanted something that would perform in all kinds of weather, and then gave it a coat of Mother's. You could see here, everything looks nice. Got rid of all that, you know, the rust, and remember the bad scarring on this side. Everything looks nice, huh? A little the hammer area, the top of the wrench. I want him to use it. I want him, and the red, you know, I have to tell you, you know, with the colors, you know, some people say, why the red, whatever. The warm colors, red, orange, yellow, always go good with a shiny surface, like chrome or polished or whatever. But the colder colors, like blue, green, things like that, they tend to go good with something that's not so shiny and chrome-like. Let's try this wrench out, see how it works. Okay, we have the wrench tester set up. Put this on to tighten it. You just give it a little snugging up like this, and oh yeah, this works. I mean, you can get a lot of leverage on this wrench because of the length of it, you know. And you see how big those jaws are. Dave works on a lot of, you know, carriage, and those nuts are pretty big, those old nuts. He works on a lot of square nuts, things like that. So it works really good, and looks really nice. This is a nice wrench. Diamond made good wrenches. So in closing, hope you enjoyed this little restoration for Dave from Ingalls Coat Shop. And if you really want to see a nice channel or a skilled artist at work, just stop by his channel and check out some of his videos. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.